Hi there. This is Mary from Living on the Hedge, and I am standing in the tranquil and gorgeous garden spa and Himalayan salt room right next to Walgreens. So if you're in the area, you should hop in. Love it here. And the reason I'm here today, recording this video for you, is because it is new moon in Pisces right now. So I'm going to give you some information about new moon in Pisces and what that means, as well as some really super easy, practical ways to tap into those cosmic energies that are going on right now. And then you can use those energies to make improvements in your life. So let's talk about the associations with new moon in Pisces. The color is crimson, so any shade of red is a good choice. Water is the element. Energy that are associated with new moon Pisces: visionary, inspirational, psychism, compassion, creativity, devotion, universal peace. So how do you put those energies into regular everyday application? You can use them in ritual, improving your imagination, visualization techniques, dreaming, astral projection, telepathy, divination, and how to see the big picture without getting lost in the details. And that's going to come into play here in a little bit. So you can also use this time for prayers, for the dead, bringing about peace in the world, because you can definitely use some of that right now. Peace among your friends and peace with yourself. You want to meditate, this is a great time to meditate on finding compassion in yourself, as well as seeking compassion for others. Positive affirmations, you can use those for creativity, bringing more music into your life, and celebrating the creativity of other people that are in your life. Things to avoid: self-doubt. This, in turbulent times, we tend to doubt ourselves even more, so don't do that. Also, illogical reasoning. You can talk yourself out of anything. What things that you say to yourself are more powerful than anything that I could say to you. So if you're feeling like things are a little off balance, check and see what are the things you've been telling yourself. Maybe they're not true. These are the supplies you're going to need. Super easy. I chose a red candle to tie into the crimson color, but use your intuition. After all, it's time for intuition. You don't have to go with crimson. I did, and then you can use some scrap paper. But if you want, I don't know if you can see. Yes, here we go. Index cards. Yes. So if you're on a budget, I got that candle. I got 125 index cards at the Dollar Tree. Yeah. So you can use whatever you have handy, but I want this to be simple for you. So it's something you can do right now. Okay. Grab a pen, and then I don't know if you can hear the music that's playing in the background right now. It's something very calming and soothing that's going to really help tap into your creativity and intuition. All right. So pick a project. Pick a project that's been on your mind. You've been thinking about it. You've been putting it off. You told yourself a million times, it's too hard. It's too this. I'm too that. I can't do it. It's not the right time. It's overwhelming, whatever it is. Pick one. And then what you're going to do is divide it up into little chunks. You know that saying, how do you eat an elephant? Well, it's one bite at a time, right? So one little bit at a time, where you're going to get this project done, okay? This is where your index cards come in. So these have lines, and what you can do is for your project, break it down into little bits, little parts. For example, let's say you're going to write a novel. That's huge, right? So what you're going to do is, let's say your novel has a story, so your novel has characters. What are the characters like? What are their tics? What do they wear? What are their phrases? What are their sayings? And what is the story, and what's the character arc from here to here? What's their hero's journey? How they're going to get from point A to point B, and whatever your story is. So if you need all 225 of these index cards, do it. Break it down, because not only writing the story, but how are you going to get it published? Right? Are you going to self-publish? Are you going to go through a publishing company? All those things. And so one card for each thing. So let's say you're not going to write a book. Let's say you're crafty, you're going to make something. What supplies do you need? How are you going to organize them? What is the finished product going to look like? And then assuming you're going to make these crafts, whether it's earrings or some other kind of craft, assuming you want to sell them, make a little side hustle money, research craft shows. Where are they? How do you get a hold of these people? What's their contact information? All those little nitty gritty things. And I know we're not supposed to get caught up in the weeds, but this will help you break it all down, and bit by bit by bit, you can plan out your project, whatever that project is, okay? So on each card, you are going to write one aspect, whatever it is. And let's say you don't have a big project. You're like, okay, well, what am I going to do? What are the things you want to bring into your life right now? It's great. Where I live, it's almost the 45th parallel, and the weather's been crazy. We had snow, and now it's 60. So you feel like you're kind of wiggling out of your shell, right? You're coming out of your cocoon. What projects do you want to birth, right? Well, not birth, but what seeds do you want to sow? What each one of these cards can be a seed, right? So as many ideas as you've got right now, write them down, even if it's something vague, because you can always come back to it later and make it more fine-tuned and detailed. But each one of these can be a seed. So I got my notes here so I don't miss anything. On the back of each card, write down one aspect of creativity and how it applies to the type of inspiration that you're focusing on right now. And then when you're all done, you can lay them all out in a circle. And this is where the candle comes in. You're going to light the candle in the center. Okay. Take a breath, or two, or three, however many you need. Calm yourself, ground, center. Pick up each card. Pick up one card. Put it in your hands and empower that one. If you are a visual person, great. What did you write on that card? Now I want you to see it, okay? I want you to visualize. If you're writing that book, you're typing away, right? If you're making the jewelry, you're selling it at the vendors, at the craft fair, you got your vendor booth, whatever it is. Each card, you're visualizing what it's going to look like, what it's going to feel like, what it's going to taste like, what it's going to smell like. Make it very detailed. Now, not everybody is a visual person, right? So what's great is if you write it all out in detail, if you're not a visual person, you can still empower it, say it out loud. Don't just say it in your head, say it out loud, because saying things out loud makes them more real to you. And if you don't believe me, think about something that makes you sad. If you just think about it, it makes you sad. But if you start talking about it to somebody else, you might start bawling, right? Because talking about things out loud makes them real, okay? So we want to manifest. We want to tap into these cosmic energies, rein them in, and make things happen, right? Okay. So do that for each card, one by one by one. If you can, visualize seeing each card glow. If not, in your hands, feel the heat that you are putting from, you're grabbing that cosmic energy, putting it into each card. Okay. Continue that sequence till you're all done with all your cards. Let the candle burn out completely. Now, if you've got a big honking candle like this one, it's going to take a while. So be safe. Don't leave it burning unattended. This is something that I personally say when I have a candle that's burning and I'm going to leave it. I need to snuff it out and leave it and then come back to it and relight it later. And you can use this or change it to what works for you. But when I'm snuffing it, I will say, although I extinguish this physical flame, it burns on the astral just the same, working its magic, burning brightly as my will, so mote it be. So if you want to use that, that's yours. You can have it. And if you don't want to get a big candle, don't worry about it. You can get a little teeny tea light. That's fine too. All right. Let the candle burn out. And when that's all done, what I want you to do is act in accord. Okay, work on this, not just spiritually, but also physically. Start planning. If you're an earth sign like me, make a list. And make a list of what, because you already got it written down on your cards. So you can pick one at a time. Gotta get this done, I do this, then this, then this, and then I'm done, right? When it's all accomplished, when you've written your book, or you've sold your earrings, or each card was a seed and oh, they're sprouting, then what I want you to do is burn the cards, preferably outside if you can. Let the smoke and the ash go to the universe, back to the celestial energies that you harnessed during this time, giving it back to the universe. And I would love to hear your success stories. Please share those posts down below. And if you have questions, those are great too. We can delve into this further. So until then, happy new moon in Pisces. And I hope to see you here at the beautiful garden spa, Himalayan salt room. Blessed be.